Fall of Giants, I think was like the 5th song that we had come up with. And Fall of Giants was great for a number of reasons. First of all, it was super easy. That song happened quickly. And you know, I've been sitting on this idea for a long time about a song about, you know, what happens to a hero when there's nothing more to fight, and that idea that heroes might get addicted to being one. And I've been toying with that idea for a long time. And you know, what happens in the ever after? You know, do they cause a little bit of chaos in order to get it back? And that eventually morphed into a more current idea with things that have just kind of been happening as to what happens when our heroes and our ideas and our ideals turn out not to be what we think they are. And it made the lyric writing for the song very easy. The lyrics came very, very fast. I mean, a couple of hours. And I knew what I wanted to do with it right away.
We're kind of losing our moral footing. We're losing all of the good examples. Do we have anyone that we can look up to now? Is there any heroes? Is there anyone in our immediate spectrum of our, you know, of our society that we can really say, hey, wow, you know, I want to aspire to be like that?
So it's over. We're gonna fucking fuck this up, aren't we?
And Greg kind of took the song and really colored it beautifully, and I think one of the best solos on the record is the Fall of Giants one. It's just, there's a lot of storytelling going on. Greg did a really good job at that.
So here's the thing about Fall of Giants. When we were writing it, that chorus, that melody that's put in the guitar, I heard it, and at first I didn't like it. I didn't like it because it was too simple. It was just 4 notes. And then halfway through, it changed the last note, and it altered the major chord to a minor chord, and I was thinking, yeah, duh, this is too simple, and I started to mess with it. And I messed with it, and I messed with it, and I messed with it, and I don't think I ever sent any of these ideas back to him, because at some point I realized the heaviness of the song isn't in its complexity, the heaviness in its simplicity. That flight, that air, that wasn't going to exist if you filled it up with a bunch of notes.
Almost everything that's been recorded was from pre-production. We did it so right the first time that we knew there was going to be no way we'd be able to recreate it in actual production.
His eyes see the depth and pain inside the lines. Trust breeding heroes fall. So we fall.
So Fall of Giants, when we did it in pre-production, was one of the last songs we did in pre-production. And by that time, we had settled in on a process of you know, how we were recording, what microphones we were using. So when we did the pre-production of the tracking, it just happened. There was magic. There was a sense of the energy of the song, and we decided as we were going into the process of final tracking that we were just going to use the pre-production tracks, and that worked really well for us.
Funny story on this one, part of the song was written on the way to a show in Arizona. We were in the car, Curtis was driving, I'm in the passenger, and Greg is like crammed in the back of the truck.
About this song is based around a 4-note rhythmic theme. It's brilliant.
Like on his little iPad on Guitar Pro trying to write some riffs or whatever, writing some musical whatever.
And there was a riff that was written, and everybody liked it. It was like, okay, cool.
And he wrote this riff that Curtis and I eventually called the Lobster Riff, because when he wrote it, for whatever reason, we just started doing this in the car, and I don't know why. This is how Heavy Justice writes music.
And it's awesome because that was part of the wonderful nature of what we did together.
We're home. First Arizona trip.
Crap.
Success.
I've been in the car for 6 hours.
The other thing I want to say about Fall of Giants is it was the last song that Curtis wrote with us on the record, and I think it was his best work. He's one of those guys who knows when to sit back as a drummer, and he knows how to build tension. And Fall of Giants really needs that. It probably more than any other song on the record, Fall of Giants has this thing where it needs to lift you up into the air and make you feel weightless, just to drop you, and that's where the idea of So We Fall comes from. You know, that goes to that kind of thematic thing I was talking about. And Curtis really managed to write something that does that. Every time we hit the chorus, the tom work he does just lifts it up, and it was just beautiful writing. And I was really happy that, you know, the final song that he was really a part of lent itself to being some of the best writing I'd ever heard him do.